unedited, unfiltered, raw. What the fuck is up, YouTube? Welcome to my motherfucking YouTube channel. Where today we're gonna get our stepperoos in. We're gonna shoot for like 30K, and if we don't get our stepperoos in, I'm gonna step Steezy all over your bitch's face. Anyways, man, I'm about to go get my stepperoos the best way, and y'all know where I'm at. I'm in a good spot right now. I'm in Azusa Hills again, starting off at 8:15 this morning. It was raining earlier, and it's a Sunday, so I woke up earlier, and I was like, man, I woke up earlier, and I was like, fuck, bro. It's like one of those days where you're like rolling in bed, and it was a little rainy, and I was like, I ain't really gotta get up right now, so I'm not going to. But yeah, man, I'm gonna revolutionize walking, bro. Watch. I'm gonna revolutionize this shit, dog. Maybe I should just hop on like stream or some shit and just be walking. But I don't have a stream. I'm gonna make it off this YouTube shit. Watch. I'm just gonna fucking shit post and spam post all day. And fuck it, bro. We'll see what I'm gonna just like. I really just want to speed run through life. Like where I'm at right now, it's like, sounds crazy, bro, but I just want to kind of speed run through this shit. Like if YouTube doesn't work, then fuck it, I go do something else. I'm done like fucking like meticulously giving shit like five or so years. I'm just gonna speed run through everything right now. Doesn't sound very sound of a plan, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, I've been looking into this thing. It's called I've been tracking my macros again. I tried not to, but I kind of just been doing it for too long to not to. And every time I don't track my macros, and when I say I track my macros, I'm not eating like unhealthy food. I'm eating like whole foods while tracking my macros. But every time I don't track my macros, I notice a difference. Like it's a legit difference. So I like to I'll go through each macronutrient and I'll tell you like what I feel like they do for me. And this is based on like a level of like actual, like, in a sense of journaling it, of like experimenting about how I feel when I eat these macros and stuff like that. So for me, it's like, this is how I see it. I feel like if I eat carbs, that's what expands my stomach. I feel like carbs expand my stomach, and they are what kind of like give me a sense of fullness in the immediate term, right? So carbs expand my stomach. Protein is what makes me full, but it doesn't expand my stomach, so I won't feel full. And then I feel like fat tells me to stop eating. So like, I notice that it's so weird. So it's like if I have a lot of carbs and protein, I will still have this like internal desire to keep eating. It's so weird and hard to explain. It's like I've heard of this thing. It's called like rabbit hunger, because I've really looked into the nutrition behind everything. And it's like, yeah, if you eat a shit ton of carbs and you don't really have anything to back it up, it's called rabbit hunger. Even if it's like carrots, fucking like 3 pounds of broccoli, lettuce, or whatever the case is. Like if there's nothing there to satiate you and satisfy you, aka fats, then you're just gonna be hungry. So I have this tendency to like binge on carbs. So it's like, and I think it comes from like my dieting past, where it's like I'm trying to avoid fats, because I thought it was like fat was bad for you for like a years. And no matter what, when I tend to want to eat a lot, like I legitimately revert back to those ways of thinking, like unintentionally. It's like habitual. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna eat low fat right now. If I'm afraid, I'm gonna eat a lot, and then I just end up eating a lot more carbs, and I don't stop. So it's like I could eat like 5 bags of popcorn. Hello, good morning. So I could eat like 5 bags of popcorn, of like oil-free, mind you, And it's like, oh, it's because you didn't have like a balanced meal. So for me, my biggest challenge when it comes to nutrition is actually eating balanced meals and making sure my meal has all three macronutrients in it. And it's like, I don't want to count macros, but I unfortunately have to, because I just have a track record of legitimately only eating carbs from this like negative thinking of like fats being bad, like deeply ingrained in my brain. Because it's like I'm in this like deep denial of it while I'm having the thoughts, and I have to remember, no, this is why you do that. So yeah, if you give me like 5 apples, I can eat them like right away, but it's because I don't have a balanced meal. So it's like, so as I say, carbs will expand your stomach, proteins what'll make you full, and fats will tell you to stop eating. That's how I feel like. And if I'm missing any of those in my meals, I'll notice it. Like I've done the goofy diets just to try them out, and I've done things where I just have like one singular ingredient as a meal. Like I've had 700 calories of just sweet potato, like straight up just sweet potato. 700 calories worth, not I'm fucking with you. Measured it out. Every 100 grams of sweet potato is 86 calories. And I know that on top of my head. Anyways, I've had 700 calories worth of sweet potato for breakfast multiple times. And then what I did was, I'll eat that and I'll be satisfied, but at 12, I'll be hungry again. Okay, I'll be like, okay. So what that sweet potato did is it expanded my stomach. It satisfied my like momentary hunger cues, but it didn't actually make me full or keep me full. So I needed the protein to actually keep me going. So the next day, what I did was I had 700 calories for breakfast, and it was broccoli and chicken. And it was 2 pounds broccoli and the rest chicken breast. And it actually kept me satisfied till like 3-4 p.m. It was a pretty good, solid breakfast. And I'll say this, there wasn't really much fats in there, which is fine. But I noticed sometimes I can get away with doing shit like that, but at the end of the night, I'll have this insane like craving to like eat even more, and it's like a hole that's just not sunken, like in the sense of like, you can get away with eating your fats later, but your body's always going to come out of nowhere and be like, where are your fats? Like, why didn't you eat fat today? Like, it'll find a way to fuck you over, and you'll just eat till you're bloated, but you're never satisfied. So it's like, that's how I look at the macronutrients. So it's like, I have to keep remembering that for myself, especially since I get like 30K steps a day. It's very easy for me to like get scared when I eat a lot, because I'm like, fuck, bro. It's like, I need to make sure I get my macros in properly, because if it were up to me on a intuitive eating level, I would have like 10 bowls of like cereal, of like Cheerios, like sugar-free cereal, and I'll still find a way to like kill that, like, or literally 10 bags of like oil-free popcorn and not even feel like full, and like 4 diet sodas with it and still be able to keep going. So for me, it's like, it's not about like which macronutrients bad, and I have to, it's like a constant reminder. I have to tell myself like, none of these are bad, like fats aren't bad, like eat, like for me, my favorite source of fats are pistachios. Hey man, it might be the Persian in me. But yeah, like my favorite source are for sure pistachios. And then I just function better off lean meats. And I'll tell you why, because if I get fats, like if I eat fatty meats, like fattier meats, I don't feel satisfied, really. It sounds weird. So like I've literally experimented this in like so many different ways, guys, and I'm telling you, this is just what works to me. Like, right? I'm just saying, like, I'm not fucking with you. It's like, this is what works for me. It's like, it has lean cuts of meat and pistachios. You know why I like pistachios with the shell on them? Is because they take a while to eat. So I tend to eat really fast, and I like to watch TV and shit while I eat, which I heard is bad, because you're not like actually visually watching your food, which turns off like a hunger signal in itself, and lets you know how much you're actually eating. What I like about pistachios is, one, they're salted, meaning, you know, I'm going to get some sort of electrolytes from it because I walk so much and I actually need a fuck ton of sodium. And two, they take a while to eat. Pause, no homo. You just suck on the pistachio shell, get the salt out of it, and then you crack that bitch open. And it's a healthy fat source. And I just like how they taste and shit. Yeah, brah. What else? Yeah, so that's my favorite source of fat is pistachios. I don't really like nut butters because they taste too fucking good. Like peanut butter, bro. That's like binge worthy. Like that's like get that shit the fuck away from me. Okay, get that shit the fuck away from me. So pistachios, lean cuts of meat. Because if I eat like fatty cuts of meat, I gotta eat a steak. Like I eat that shit all the time. Yesterday I had like a pork chop from Costco. Kirkland boys up 10 points, baby. Yes indeed. I had a pork chop from Costco, and that shit was fire. But in general, like that wasn't even that fatty. But anyways, fats don't really, from meat sources, for some odd reason, don't satisfy me. Like I have to eat fats from like pistachios for some reason. And yeah, it's like I could eat a whole fucking steak and still feel hungry. Like, give me like a 12-ounce ribeye or 24-ounce ribeye and I'll kill that shit like it's nothing. Like I'm telling you guys, like this has come from a dude who could eat like pounds of broccoli and it not even like faze me. Like after my walk, after I get my 10-12K steps in this morning, I'll probably can easily eat like, I won't just eat broccoli though, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have a balanced meal. But anyways, I can get a fuck ton of food in, basically is what I'm saying. My stomach's a never-ending pit, and if I don't eat my fats and proteins with my carbs, I'm going to get fucked. And I notice my best physique comes when I eat all three of those, right? So for me, it's like the best way to go about this is also not only eat fibrous carbs, because you don't want to eat things that just continuously, I feel like, stretch your stomach, because I don't feel like it's a mentally good thing, right? It's like, okay, have some oatmeal, or, you know, have some lentils, have something that's like, oh, it's fibrous. Those are two fibrous carbs. Have something that's less voluminous, right? You don't want all your carbs to only be voluminous carbs, because when they have a lot of volume, in a sense, you're telling yourself, when there's things that don't have a lot of volume, you're kind of scared to eat. So it's like, yeah, volume eating may be good, but it's not an end all to your like problems. I just feel like it's a band-aid. Never really gets to the root of the issue. So what you got to do is eat your salads and shit. I'm not telling you not to eat salad, but don't force it to be your only source of carbs. I mean, granted, it's like there's always going to be salad everywhere you go. I mean, it's not like it's not going to be there. Like sometimes say, well, what are you going to do when it's not there? It's like, well, hypothetically, when is that situation ever going to arise? Like, well, once every fucking blue moon. And if you overeat on the days you don't have it, it's like, it's not that big a deal. It's like, okay, who cares? Like, you had an extra slice of pizza because, you know, you didn't have your salad more than you usually would, or whatever the case is. But I try to have it to where it's like, I'm trying to figure this out, man, is what I'm doing. I'm trying to live life without only eating salad. So I'm trying to see like how it works. So it's like, try to get like non-voluminous carbs when you do eat carbs. So yeah, man, right now I made like a little notepad of how I'm gonna go about doing this. So like right now I'm gonna try, like when I have a balanced meal, I'm going to have like 100 calories worth of a starchy carb, 100 calories worth of a cruciferous vegetable or a leafy green or a non-starchy carb. That's 200 calories, right? And then 300 calories coming from a protein / fat source. 400 calories, meaning, you know, that could be a chicken breasts and some chicken thighs, or turkey breasts. I mean, ground turkey, 93.7 lean from Costco. You know, pork chop, whatever the case is. So try to have like 300-400 calories worth of that. So 100 calories worth of a starchy, 100 calories worth of a non-starchy, and then 300-400 of a protein. And yeah, so you get the volume from the carbs, you get some good fiber, and then, you know, some people will be like, well, you should even up that ratio on the carbs, like, and maybe make it 300 calories worth of carbs and then the rest, which I may, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna try this out and see how it goes. As I said, when I did have those 700 calories of the sweet potato, it did make me satisfied fully in the moment. So maybe, you know, some extra carbs won't be bad in the sense of stomach expansion when you're eating. Because I do think that, like, they say to get satisfied when you eat, it's like a complex thing for everyone, which is different. And volume eating really helped me out at first, like eating a lot of food, but I don't feel like it's the end all be all. As I said, like, it's just a Band-Aid. Like, I think it's a Band-Aid, and there's nothing wrong with it being like, you know, you ripping the Band-Aid and putting another Band-Aid back on, like, every day, I guess. But it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like, like, I feel like, you can go about it a little better, maybe, potentially, or at least I can. And maybe all roads lead back to just volume eating. I don't know, bro. That's what it seems to be, and I don't want it to be that, but if that's what it seems to be, like, all right, then maybe that's just who I am, and I'll just cope max. Cope max, cope harder, brah. Cope max harder. But yeah, man, get your Step-A-Roos in, get your Step Steezies in. I'm a Step Steezy all over your bitch's face. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I don't know if y'all see it, bro. I trimmed my face today. I missed a hair.